Welcome everybody to another Murders at Karlov Manor draft. I'm Paul Cheon, and we are rank 49. So we actually made a pretty good run in a stream yesterday. We went 7-2 in 2 of our drafts. So now we have cracked the top 50, and I am ready to do some more drafting to try to hit maybe the top 40 if we do well in this draft. Before this draft starts, I do want to say that I did just launch my Patreon channel. So if you did enjoy the content and wanted to help support the content that I make, you can definitely check that out. Link in the description below. But for the time being, let us take a look at this pack. Well, Cryptex is a bit of a miss. It's weird. Sometimes you just get a rare that's just completely unbeatable, and sometimes you open Cryptex. Not something that we want. For me, I am looking at 2 cards primarily. I'm looking at Buried in the Garden and Dogwalker. Both are very, very good cards. If you wanted to draft an aggressive Boros deck, I think Dogwalker is definitely something that you can do. But I feel like we've already drafted a lot of Boros, or a lot of people have drafted Boros. So I think because it's close between the two, I'm going to take the non-Boros card and take Buried in the Garden. I love this card. It's an excellent card to splash if you're a base green deck. And green is probably the second best color in the set. So I'm going to take the Buried in the Garden here and see if we can try to do something a little bit more fun on the journey to rank 1. And we got past Hide in Plain Sight. How does that happen? Really, how does that happen? I mean, I know format's a little weird where you can open like a bunch of different rares. I mean, there's 2 rares already in this pack. What did they take? There's 3 uncommons. What did they take? Enlisted Worm? I'm trying to figure this out here. I mean, was this a checklist card? I mean, anyways. We are slamming Hide in Plain Sight. This is a great pack still. There's an Inside Source, Dogwalker, Fuss, Bother. Case of the Burning Masks is okay. Lost in Maze is also alright. But we are taking the best green rare in the set. We're going to be happy with Hide in Plain Sight. So awesome start here for us. Hide in Plain Sight and Buried in the Garden. 2 premium 4-mana cards to play. Now, one thing I know is I want to be green. The second thing is we don't know if we want to be white. We'll see what the packs say before moving in that direction. I just know I want to be green, and I want to splash the Buried in the Garden if I don't end up green-white. Moving on to this pack. Good cards in the pack. Case of the Pilfered Proof is nice if you're detectives. We are pretty far away from detectives. Wisp-Drinker Vampire is excellent in a black-white deck. If this thing doesn't die, I mean, with the face-down cards, everything is basically power 2 or less, and the drain is very, very relevant. But I'm going to take Bite Down on Crime here. Projector Inspector is also quite a good blue common. But I think this is a good opportunity for us to continue taking green cards, cut green as much as we can, and it also, I mean, you don't just pass Hide in Plain Sight and go green. Unless you're a very mean person, okay? Don't be mean, person passing to me. One thing I will note, it's still very early, I know, but our curve, right? 3 4-drops to start out the draft, not ideal. Here we have Judith, Carnage Connoisseur, and Coerce to Kill. They're both very good. I think Coerce to Kill might be better. So here's the thing. How deep do we want to go? We can be like a blue-green base deck and splash everything. Coerce to Kill is really powerful. And like I said, you've seen a lot of white-based aggressive decks from me. Let's mess around a little bit. Let's have a little fun. Coerce to Kill is really powerful. Topiary Panther is a good fixer, but this is an extremely swingy, powerful enchantment. I'm going to take this, and let's figure things out, okay? Let's figure things out. So we are trying to do all the different colors. This is a great pack. This is a slam dunk Nervous Gardener. I do like Chalk Outline, but we've got a lot of power here already, so we need cards that help us cast all of our spells. Nervous Gardener is perfect for that. Push-Pull is good. I like it better in aggressive strategies where you can cast the pull side of this card so that you can just kill opponents out of nowhere. One reason why Pull is so much better in this format than it would be in others is because Morphs trade in the early part of the game. So turn 6, Pull can just get 2 7-mana creatures out of the graveyard and kill your opponents out of nowhere. But very, very happy to take Nervous Gardener here for our multicolored, probably green-based deck. Yeah, we'll go with that. So let's take a look at our curve here. These are our spells and these are our creatures. A lot of times here, I mean, this is not necessarily the deck where a card like Fanatical Strength will be great, but I can believe this is going to be the type of deck where maybe Reasonable Doubt could be good. So I'm going to take the Doubt here over the Fanatical Strength as just a solid 2-drop to play if I'm going to be a base blue-green deck. Blue seemed like it could be open. Not 100%, but if it is, this is a solid 2-mana card to play while you try to curve out. Here, we're going to take not really a Sanguine Savior deck. We're base green, trying to still figure out what our second color is going to be. I'm just going to take Slice from the Shadows here. We could be base green-black, splashing blue potentially. So I'll just take Slice from the Shadows as just another removal spell to play in this deck. Not going to take the Sanitation Automaton too highly right now, but things can change as the draft goes on. Because we're base green, not interested in No More Lies, I will take Vengeful Creeper, just a solid body. It's okay to play as a 5-mana 5/5, and then also just when you flip it up, it happens pretty often where you can flip it up and kill something that you want. Aftermath Analyst. You know, I don't think the analyst is for me. I just don't think that's what I want to do. So I will take a Riftburst Hellion, but I'll be pretty sad if that's something that I have to play in my deck. Wow, that's a late Offender at Large, and there's a Rubble. I'm going to take the Rubble Belt Maverick. There was a chalk outline, and this is an excellent way to turn that on. Red has been pretty cut. This is a late Offender at Large, but I think in general, we're just not going to be red. So I'm going to take the Maverick here and just see what happens. Cut this here, and I don't know, none of those cards I'm probably going to want to play. So, but anyways, this is just a great start to a green deck, and we are still in the process of figuring out our second color. But I do like the base green cards that we have in the Gardener, the Creeper, Hide in Plain Sight, Bite Down, and we'll just kind of take it from there. All right, what do we have here? There's Archdruid's Charm, rather, which is pretty powerful. It is triple green, so it's a little bit hard to cast. There's a Lush Portico, which is okay. There's also a Bite Down on Crime. So I'm kind of looking at those cards. I think I'm going to take one of the spells here. I just don't know which one I want to take. I'm kind of a sucker for this card. Triple green is a lot, though. Triple green is a lot, but I'm going to take this because we're mostly green. Oh, that's a Tristani! Okay. Hey, look, we could just end up back in green-white. It's possible. This is green-white, basically, to cast. Tristani is incredible, and now we have a little more direction. Now, I will say, white wasn't super open in Pack 1. White was not super open, but definitely some... Look, you even played this turn 4. It's still fine. It's still great, because the abilities all matter on this card. So I'm going to take the Tristani here, noting that it could still potentially be a splash Tristani. Oh, and there's a Buried in the Garden. There's also a Nervous Gardener. Wow. But I'm going to take Buried in the Garden here. Premium removal spell. Helps you get all the colors you want. Helps you cast the Archdruid's Charm. The Charm can now go to get the Tristani. So this is looking like the base for a sweet green deck. And now I'm going to focus on my mana. Now I will take the Nervous Gardener. I do really like Glintweaver as a comeback mechanism, but our deck is a little bit on the clunky side. We do need mana fixing, so I'm going to take the Nervous Gardener here over the Glintweaver. We have a lot of power already in this deck. Doesn't look like blue is going to be our secondary color. Could still be black. Could be white. White could also still just be the splash here. All right, well, there's a Novice Inspector. Okay, so there's a Novice Inspector. Best common in the set. Extract the Confession is good. Bite Down on Crime is also good. But I believe Novice Inspector is too good to pass up on here. Every time my opponents play a turn 1 Novice Inspector, I just feel like I'm going to lose the game. Not even joking. It just feels that way. And I do want to focus on the lower part of my curve. So I know white wasn't that open. Sorry, person passing to me. I'm not really playing well with what you've done and how you've set things up. But what am I supposed to do? Somebody passed me a Tristani. Here, I'll take a Vengeful Creeper over a Slice from the Shadows, especially if it's going to be a splashed Slice. We don't need to play these 2 cards here for our deck to be awesome, by the way. So if we're actually going to just lock in and be a 2-color deck, then the Panther becomes less important. And I think I'd rather have something like a Tunnel Tipster to be able to ramp out a Hide in Plain Sight. Hey, a few days ago, we got 7 wins with the green-white Hide in Plain Sight deck with Tunnel Tipster. Let's try to do it again. Let's try to do it again. Now there's nothing in this pack, so I'm going to take a Whipcracker here in case it's something that we want to splash. So we have Whipcracker and Slice from the Shadows here. And now I'm going to take Bite Down on Crime. I don't want to go too crazy with Chalk Outline when Bite Down on Crime is just a fantastic removal spell that I can play. With Chalk Outline, right now, the only synergy I have is Rubble Belt Maverick. Typically, Chalk Outline is not something that you want to do in green-white. It's better in blue-green with Projector Inspector or black-green, perhaps. But Bite Down on Crime is just a premium removal spell in the format. So let's take that here. And yeah, things are looking quite nice for us. We can just be straight green-white. Decent curve here with a Tristani and a Hide in Plain Sight. Archdruid Charm, double Bite Down, and double Buried. But the thing is, splashing is basically free, right? We have double Nervous Gardener plus Buried in the Garden. Splashing is basically free. I'll take a Sample Collector here. That would have been good with the Chalk Outline. Something that we can still just play. Don't know if we still want to do the double splash with the Coerce to Kill, but I think this still sets us up nicely. If we open any type of bomb that's in another color, that's gold, for example, that's splashable, we can easily play it in our deck with double Nervous Gardener plus double Buried in the Garden. But loving this start. Ooh, last pick Fanatical Strength? Okay. Where'd it go? There it is. Oh, another Charm. That's a lot of fight spells. I mean, it gets you a land too, and it tutors. It does a lot of different things. Gets us the Tristani. It's that or Nervous Gardener. It's that or Nervous Gardener. Look, I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for playing rares, though. Right? And everybody wants... Look, we know Nervous Gardener's good. We already have decent fixing. I know it's a good 2, but let's take the rare. Let's be real here. Okay, let's take the rare. Let's have some fun. Double Archdruid's Charm. I need another ridiculous bomb creature to search. Okay? So if anybody can pass me another ridiculous bomb to search out, that would be much appreciated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's 6 cards there. Nothing really standing out here. It's a Bite Down on Crime or a Hazda Vigilante. How many bite spells do I really want in my deck? Okay, this will be the last bite I take. That's all the bites, okay? This is all the bites. I mean, can this deck shift over to being more aggressive? I'm not sure. I mean, I kind of still need early things to do. This deck isn't really trying to kill people with Market Watch Phantom, but it's the only playable here out of this pack for us. So we'll take Market Watch Phantom just to have another 2 to add to our deck. And I guess we'll take another 2, which is totally fine. I'm going to take that over Culvert Ambusher. It's always just nice to have a fair number of 2s. And right now we're looking at, and I kind of really want to play Nervous Gardener at 3 most of the time. So right now we're only kind of on 3. We can also play the Maverick here if we wanted to. But let's take another Market Watch Phantom. And I mean, look at these cards. You can still just curve out here. You can still just curve out and kill people. So nothing wrong with that. Now I'm going to take Hazda Vigilante for the top end of our curve. And yeah, I guess we're green-white now. I'll take an On the Job here. Doesn't seem like it's going to be that great here. We're not really going wide. And we have a lot of tricks already. We have 3 Bite Down on Crime. I mean, we could. It could be between that and Fanatical Strength. I really do like the Crawl Whipcracker. I'm just not sure how good the Crawl Whipcracker is on the splash. I'll take a Vidukazi Inspector. It seems pretty decent here. I mean, I don't have a 6-mana card to collect evidence. Oh, Greenbelt Radical. Yeah, green was really, really open. Very happy about Greenbelt Radical. Take that out of this pack. This one, I mean, it's kind of 50-50. Like, just playing it as a 4-mana 4/4 is completely fine. Oh, and the Nervous Gardener tabled. Is green open? That's the thing. Everybody's drafting these white decks when green just underneath. Green is also really, really great. Okay. So we're going to play lots and lots of forests. I don't know if I'm going to play double vigilante. But yeah, I mean, we don't have to get too fancy here. We could just be a straight up green-white deck. I mean, I know we have all the gardeners, but I just feel like I don't have anything that's that great to splash. There's a public thoroughfare. I'm not a big fan of this card in general. I don't like lands that come into play tapped. But yeah, I mean, it looks like we have more than enough playables to stay within our two colors. And what am I splashing here, right? It's like Slice from the Shadows? Coerce to Kill is a double splash. And the more islands and swamps, the more non-forests I play, the worse this card gets. Whipcracker is the only thing that I'm considering because it's actually kind of better late than early because you want to be able to eat something with it. So that's something that I can consider. No mountain, sorry. I just put the Riftburst Heli in there just in case. But something like this, and then we'll just have to make some cuts. So let's type this by type and see where we go. Okay. What do we cut here? You know, I don't think the swamp is worth it. Let's go 10-7 though, because we're a double Archdruid's Charm deck. 22 and 9. I know we have this Novice Inspector, but with the Charm, I think I want to lean towards more forest. Let's cut that. This goes here. I don't think Sample Collector is especially good in this deck. We're not really filling up our graveyard very easily. And we actually have a lot of cheap things in our deck. So it's probably not great. This Riftburst Hellion can easily go. And I think we want to cut at least one of our spells. Oh, Hide in Plain Sight is a creature as well. I think we want to either cut On the Job or Fanatical Strength. And like I mentioned before, our deck is not really going wide at all. We don't have any ways to generate tokens. So I think Fanatical Strength will generally be better because it's cheaper, and I just want to basically pump up a large creature that I have in play, like a Tristani, and have it fight through. And we have lots of 4-mana cards, so I want to have a cheap trick instead. And I love my spells. I don't really want to cut these. So let's take a look at the weaker creatures. Like I said, Sample Collector can probably go. And then maybe one copy of the Vigilante. Probably don't need double. Although actually our curve is kind of low. I mean, if you just put Nervous Gardener here at also potentially 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I believe it's going to be the Inspector. Like I said before, I'm not very good at collecting evidence. I have plenty of cheap plays if I really need. Like, this deck doesn't need the fixing that badly, so I'm happy enough to play this turn 2 to keep up with what my opponent's trying to do. And we also have 3 Collect Evidence cards on 3 copies of Bite Down on Crime. So I think that just kind of covers my bases for the amount. The thing is, you can't just have a deck with all Collect Evidence, right? You want some, because if you have too many, then all of a sudden you just don't have enough food in your graveyard to collect the evidence. So we'll try this. I'm still pretty happy with this build. We have, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 removal spells, a combat trick, and everything else is a creature. So let's give this a shot. Green-white. Green-white. I was kind of hoping for a lot more colors, but I didn't really want to push my mana base so far where I had to play something like a Coerce to Kill. Maybe we can pull it off. If you do draft these color combinations often, let me know. And perhaps I could have gone a little more risky with my mana base. But let's take a look at our hand here. Great hand. We have turn 3 Tristani, turn 2 Market Watch Phantom, got the Gardener. So loving what I'm seeing here. And we have the Market Watch Phantom, so we can play it over the Gardener on 2. Our opponent did go turn 1 Maverick, and they are black-green. And they didn't have a 2-drop, so that's good. And my question, do you just slam Tristani turn 3? I mean, I know it can get murdered, but I think so, right? It just forces them to have a removal spell. I'm going to offer this trade with the face down card. And the reason why I'm doing this now... So, the reason why I was doing that now was, if they don't block me, I can play the Tristani, it's a little bit safer. because they could have Extract the Confession. And by having 2 creatures in play, I get to play around Extract the Confession a little bit better. But now I'm not sure what to, I still feel like I just push it. I mean, part of the reason why this card's so strong is you just jam it turn 3. The issue is any black removal spell kills this Tristani right now. Extract the Confession, Buried in the Garden, and they played nothing on turn. Okay. Is this murder? It could just be murder. It could be destroy target attacking creature. I don't know. But let's go ahead and attack. And okay. I guess it's nothing. And we have so much mana, I think I want to flip up the Greenbelt Radical here. So I'm going to just play the Nervous Gardener here. Definitely getting the 3rd Forest here, if possible, so that we can turn on our Archdruid's Charms. Wow, I'm shocked. Our opponent literally had nothing to do. That's so bizarre. I could have given my Tristani Double Strike. I actually... Look, this is the first time I've cast this card. It's got a lot of words on it. Alright, they milled Eavesdropper and Toxin Analysis here. Next turn, I mean, if they don't play anything... Oh, it looks like we're escaping here. Is this a bite down on crime to kill my... No, it's Analyze the Pollen! Alright, well, hopefully they don't get, like, an Izoni? They're doing this for 8, so what do they get? They got an Izoni! We need to end the game quick! We need to end the game quick. Wow, okay, well, so they need to collect evidence 4. They currently have 2. So if I attack, they can collect evidence 4 next turn. Oh, no. Okay. Well, let's thin out our deck. Oh, geez. Okay. Can we beat Izoni? Can we just muscle through Izoni? Does this give trample? No, it gives double strike. All right. I mean, I just feel like I need to attack. So let's put a counter on the Gardener and let's jam. Let us jam. They're going to block. They're going to block, survive. They're going to play Izoni while collecting evidence. Okay? But we're going to attack next turn for... Oh no, they had Deadly Cover-Up with Izoni? Oh no, that's a disaster. Why does this happen to us? Why does this happen to us? They have a Wrath deck with Izoni. This is just I don't like it's just like what am I to do? What am I to do? I'm doing everything I can to play around this completely busted rare. Second best rare in the set, by the way. And this happens. Oh my gosh. And they can do it again. They can do it again. Alright, well let's just flip this up. Let's flip this up and get in for some damage. Alright, Izoni, do your worst. It's going to be pretty bad. We do have Fanatical Strength. It could do some work. But they're going to exile everything and they're going to get 2 more spiders. Oh gosh, this thing has menace. Oh. They're going to get 2 more spiders. They have 3 cards in hand. And if they find another big thing to trade with, they can just do it again and make more spiders. Okay, Hide in Plain Sight definitely helps. I mean, we only play one way. We only play one way. I mean, we could have a chance. Depends on if this face down card costs 4 or more. I don't think we played a land this turn. So we can play Hide in Plain Sight and a face down Vengeful Creeper. Well, depends on what they do here, of course. Okay, what is your face down card? We don't have a lethal attack, right? We don't. So let's go ahead and flip this up. Let's get a forest. Oh, geez, okay. That is a Hunted Bone Brute and a Fanatical Strength. Okay. Hold on. Let me think. Let me think. So, oh, and they get to basically make more spiders here. Okay. And that's gonna live. Oh, we're gonna take so much damage. When this dies, I take 3. So I go to 11, take 5, go to 6, and then go to 4. Okay. So that's a 5/4. I can kill the Bone Brute. The problem is there, or I can Fanatical Strength the Nervous Gardener and kill both the spiders, but the thing is, my creature still doesn't live. So I'd rather just kill the Bone Brute here and deal a bunch of damage. That deals, yeah, let's just do that. But like I said, this is going to be brutal. Like, I'm not sure we can beat this Izoni, but we're certainly trying our best. And these were not the ideal hits here. Wow, they just attacked with everything? They have 2 blockers. I mean, I can just block and kill the Izoni. They have so many menace creatures. If I take 4, I go to 7. It feels like they have another follow-up play here. I feel like I need to play to try to stay alive. I don't have another, and I feel like they have another follow-up play. So if I double block the Izoni, I go to 7. All right. The thing is, our face-down cards are so bad. They definitely have another play. Oh, they don't. Okay. Well, I'm going to eat a spider here. And we drew an extra creature, so that's really great. So we don't die. We don't die. Yeah, I was trying to stay alive because of the Izoni. And, oh my gosh! We got there! Holy cow, we just beat Deadly. We beat a Wrath into Izoni into Attack Trigger. I cannot believe that happened. That's the first time I think I've beaten an Izoni. I mean, let alone in that fashion, right? Oh my gosh. I mean, our deck is powerful too. Don't get me wrong. Hide in Plain Sight's great, all that stuff, but wow. Okay. That's a great way to start. It's a great way to start. On the draw here, an opponent went turn 1 Novice Inspector. They hit us with the hello. We'll hello you back. Look, they played turn 1 Novice Inspector. Am I dead? No, we have Hide in Plain Sight. We just need to find a land. They're black-white. They do have a 2-drop. We can match it with our Market Watch Phantom. And then we have a face-down card in the Vengeful Creeper. So we found land number 4. So as long as they don't go a little too nuts with flying creatures, we'll have the ground covered with the Hide in Plain Sight. Okay, Extract a Confession. They're getting aggressive. They might not have land drop number 3, though. Nope. They have a tap land. Okay. Huh. Do I want to play Vengeful Creeper or Nervous Gardener? They're both good. I mean, I can play this face up. Oops. I literally tried to play it face up. It's fine. I mean, this is just a random dork. This one actually gets me value next turn, potentially. And let's just keep our life total high. We have enough action here where I think the way that we lose is our opponent kind of tries to go wide. Yeah, it's time to Hide in Plain Sight, folks. Let's get a Vigilante and the Maverick. Blocking the Maverick is nice. Yep. Crowd Control Warden. Okay, and it is a 5/5. We can bury it in a garden, and that also allows us to ramp. Let's do that. Target a forest. Kill the Warden. Attack. Actually, another thing I could have done is put a counter with the Maverick and then bite down. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? The Magic Arena gods. What did I do? What did I do to deserve this? All right, well, we can kill it. I'm just saying, this is a little wild, isn't it? Okay, I think I want to keep hitting my land drops here. So let's go ahead. And I just want to get forests, right? So let's do green, green. I can play my land for the turn, and then we can bite down on crime. Uh, 4, 6. Izoni down. We don't want to trade here. Goodness. Like I said before, I think we have enough resources here where I just want to keep our life total high. I don't want to just take 4 menace damage there. All right. How many Izoni's do we need to beat to get a trophy in this draft? That's all I'm saying. We have 6 mana available. We can go Novice Inspector, How's the Vigilante. Come on! They just got it back. They just got it back. Goodness. Okay. It's Izoni time. Are you kidding? They had the hand disruption spell for my. I had the answer. This is crazy. They had the hand disruption, so now I need to find an answer to the Izoni. Okay. I'm sorry. I mean, this is just pretty wild what's happening. Soul Search? Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't think we attack with the Vigilante. I think we double block if they choose to. They can't really attack us, though. I can play this face down. Now, the Tipster grows. I mean, I guess I could attack? They have what? A 2-drop in the graveyard? If I attack, what do I pump? Probably a Nervous Gardener, so I can double block the spider. Doesn't seem bad. I mean, getting spiders off the battlefield seems pretty good. Or do I just wait till I draw something? Probably. Well, because I don't want them to sack 4 tokens and draw a bunch of cards either. Yeah, I don't know. We'll chill. All right, we have a bite down on crime in our deck and double. We have a Buried in the Garden and double Archdruid Charm. They're looking for answers too. They're looking for spells for Izoni. We have a Slimy Dual Leech. Oh my, that's really annoying. That's super annoying. All right, we just take 3 a turn from these spiders. Okay. Greenbelt Radical. What do you do? All right, now I'm going to attack with the Vigil. Well, the problem is then they can block with the Slimy Dual Leech. And is that a trade that I'm willing to make? I can also attack with the Vengeful Creeper. I don't think it gets blocked. I need to get some damage in now because I want the Greenbelt Radical to kill my opponent. So yeah, let's get a little bit more aggressive here. Let's attack with the Vigilante and the face down card. I can even put a counter on the face down card, honestly. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, wait, what? How did my face... Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. I'm so bad at this game. Oh my gosh. For some reason, I thought my creeper would have lived. Okay, that was a ginormous blunder. Yeah, that's my bad. That's completely my bad. I don't have anybody to blame but myself for that one. That was an incredible blunder. I needed to flip up the Vengeful Creeper. Okay, well... Yeah, no, that was super bad. You know what I should have done, actually, is just put a counter with my Rubble Belt as well, so that block can't happen. The board was just so complex that I just, like, completely botched that. I completely botched that. Yeah, that is horrific. I mean, the only thing I can do here is now attack. Do I just attack with everything? Yeah. No. Threw this one away. Feels bad. Feels really bad. Their black-white splashes Oni, double inspect. Yeah, their deck's good. The honestly, I mean, the Soul Search got us really good. Please block. Yep. We cannot get them low enough. All right. That one is completely on me, but the show must go on. Oof. 49. Ugh. We almost beat a Zoni twice. I'm going to count that one still as an almost. I threw that away. The Slimy Dual Leech was really rough because they were able to get in some damage from that point on. But had we flipped over Vengeful Creeper, we would have eaten both of those creatures. But then they would have been able to attack us with a Zoni, but I would have been able to double block and block it. The spiders might have run me over, but it would have been a completely different game. Izoni is Izoni. If I play against Izoni a third time, though, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm usually pretty chill. I'll be a little upset. Just a smidge. All right, turn 2 Dogwalker. I see your 2-drop and play my own. I see your 2-drop and I block it. Face down card. I need to play it this turn. I'm not going to block. I need to play it this turn so that I can go flip it up next turn because I don't have a 4th land. Okay, well, we drew a 4th land, but don't have anything to do with that. I'm kind of interested in just playing a face-up creeper next turn. I wonder if I offer the trade here. Morphs are always scary. No, I'm just gonna... We're just... They have morphs, I have morphs. We're just gonna go back and forth. We're gonna take 4. If they want to flip something over, then we can kill it next turn. Sure. So now we have a nice buried in the garden target. Let's go ahead and flip this up. Let's go ahead and get a plains. We can also bite down, but maybe bite down is better because buried in the garden just gets anything. And then that allows me to bite down next turn too. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Biting down now lets me bite down next turn for 2 mana. So if they flip over this card and spend their entire turn doing that, that's okay. 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 Another face. These face down cards are so scary. And a Krovod Haunch. Okay. All right, we have all the bite down on crimes. Don't really have a good way to use my removal on these things, on these creatures. Huh. Do I just attack with both and play Vengeful Creeper? How do we lose then? Yeah. If they have a removal spell, I think we're okay. If they have a removal spell, we still just take 4. If they somehow find a way to kill this, like not exile it, but kill it, we can also double bite down on crime, and that's 8 damage. If it comes to that. I mean, Creeper is definitely blocking one of these face down cards. Okay. Ooh, that's a nice turn. They just played Gearbane Orangutan, sacking the Haunch, paying 2 mana to make creatures. Okay. Now they can't attack us because we have the Vengeful Creeper in play. It's good for us. And now we have a lot of different options. But they do have doggos to chump block with. Do I want to use Buried in the Garden or Bite Down on Crime? I like Bite Down on Crime as kind of like almost like a combat trick. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Let's cast Buried in the Garden here. Let's target the Orangutan. Let's play Novice Inspector. And attack in the air. We're at 7, they're at 6. Very, very tight. The thing is, they have 2 face down cards. We have no idea what they are. And that's what makes this very, very scary. So we have to get, it's a little touch and go. Now, what do I have in the graveyard? I have 6. Okay. I do have a line available to me next turn, which is play Nervous Gardener, give Market Watch Phantom Wings, and then double Bite Down on Crime. But I would need another permanent to go into my graveyard. Because if I cast a Bite Down on Crime, I have a Bite Down in Crime in the yard. But right now I have Evidence 6, right? So I need another 2 mana card to go into my graveyard. So if this Nervous Gardener trades, we can potentially kill them. Okay. Defenestrated Phantom, we're now at 3 life. We are at 3 life. They have 1 mana available. Can we kill them this turn? Can we kill them this turn? If we use the Novice Inspector to fight, because they have nothing with 1 mana. You can't play it. Like, it's Novice Inspector or bust, right? So let's see. Okay, so let's say we kill both dogs. If we kill both dogs, This has to block Vengeful Creeper and they die. Okay, yeah, we got this. Bam! Close match against rank 80 player, so as expected. We need to play really well after that embarrassing game 2. For that, I'd like to apologize. Not everybody can play perfect. I certainly don't claim to be close to that. But we learn and we move on. And that's all we can do. I'm never going to be a limited mastermind like a Nathan Stoyer or an LSV or Carl Sarap, but we can at least try our best. That's all I got. Okay. We're on the play. Going up against 51. I like this. We're going up against a lot of highly ranked players. That leads to very good matches of Magic the Gathering, which I am a fan of. Believe it or not. I mean, it's fun to just roll over your opponents, but I enjoy good games of Magic the Gathering. Ooh. I've seen people play this, and I have not been playing it much. Ooh, our opponent's going deep. Our opponent is going deep. I mean, a 1-3 body. Look, they're trying to make the game go long. But we have a really nice aggressive hand. Turn 4, hide in plain sight. Let's find some large creatures. Let's give the Market Watch Phantom flying. And beat down. All right, we have another Market Watch Phantom. We have a Fanatical Strength and a Bite Down on Crime. I can flip over to Gardener next turn just to make sure I keep hitting my land drops. If I draw a land next turn, I can actually flip up Vengeful Creeper for 5 mana, which is really nice. We can kill the clue from the Eavesdropper and also get in for a lot. And we did naturally draw the land, which is really, really great. I mean, I can also just use Fanatical Strength to just push through a bunch of damage. Maybe that's the thing that I want to do. It's just what kind of good blocks do they have? I think the Eavesdropper blocks the Phantom. We just need their face down card to not block our Vengeful Creeper. And I think we'll be okay. But I think this is one of those situations where I kind of tend to overthink it and play a little bit too conservatively with my attacks when I really need to push the tempo because they're pretty clearly playing a deck that's looking to go to the late game. So I'm just going to do the attack where I attack with everything. There might be some unfavorable trades, but no matter what, it can't be too bad because I have Fanatical Strength in my hand. Right? Even if... Look, I'll let the Phantom trade with something, sure. So we'll do this. This is a Bite Down on Crime. So, yeah, let's trade here, bite, and then let's kill the Eavesdropper. And then let's play a Market Watch Phantom. And we still have 4 creatures in play. With a Bite Down on Crime, we can flip over the Nervous Gardener here for probably a Forest, because that allows us to play Archdruid's Charm plus Bite Down on Crime. Also thins out our deck. We have 4 attackers to their Aftermath Analyst. We can flip up Vengeful Creeper next turn to kill the clue. The thing is, they're not really in a position to use this clue for a while, I don't think. At least I don't think. I think they just need to play like a large... Yep. They needed to play a big creature. So that actually doesn't allow us to Bite Down on Crime, which is... So the sizing on it is very nice. Let's turn this face up. Let's get a Forest. And that's a Nervous Gardener. Okay. So this turn is kind of interesting. They're at 10. I can just... the problem is I can't face up my Vengeful Creeper. I can't face up my Vengeful Creeper, but I can do it next turn. I'll have 7 mana next turn, so I can flip up my Vengeful Creeper, bite the Vengeful Creeper, and then attack with everything. So I think this turn, what I'm going to do is play a face-down Nervous Gardener, give my Market Watch Phantom flying, attack with the Phantom, and then go for that big Haymaker turn next turn. Are they really going to crack a clue here? Okay. That's also okay. I mean, I wanted to get value here with my Vengeful Creeper, but that means that they're going to put a less impactful threat on the battlefield. Perhaps use a removal spell. It looks like a bite down on crime on Market Watch Phantom. It sure is. They can't possibly attack us. So let's go ahead and fetch that forest. Oh, does that change things? It gives double strike? They're all 2/2s though. I think I'm just going to still stick with my plan here. Let's cloak this. Let's bite. I want to keep it kind of as a secret play next turn to attack with everything. This turn we get in for 6, they go to 2. And then we just slam Tristani and use one of her abilities at random. They need a sweeper here. Good game! All right! Defeated ranked number 51 player Dr. Worm. GG's. We had a really great start. We drew our rare. We drew Hide in Plain Sight. We also drew the other rare in the Tristani. So things going really well for us. Winning the die roll and drawing Hide in Plain Sight. Keys to success. Keys to victory. Okay. On the play. Play against an old man. So it's a mirror match. It's a mirror match. Oldie versus oldie. But we are on the play. They mulliganed and we played a turn 1 Novice Inspector. Everything's coming up Cheons, as they say. I think I want to crack my clue here instead of playing Nervous Gardener. Obviously, I would rather just draw a 2-drop. But I kind of want to hit land number 4. I want to be able to cast these Bite Down on Crimes. Now, if I draw a land, I might just play Nervous Gardener, because at that point we have 4 lands, and the most expensive card in our deck costs 5. And then maybe we just want to put pressure. Huh. We drew a land. Yeah, let's just play the 2-drop. They mulliganed. Let's push the pace here a little bit. Hope they don't have a 2-drop. Now, if they play something like a V2 Ghazi Inspector, that won't be ideal. Tunnel Tipster is fine. I'm happy trading Novice Inspector for Tunnel Tipster here. I don't think I have... No, I have a Maverick. I have a Maverick. Let's crack this clue. Man, how smart would I have looked if I drew the Maverick there? All right, we're going to be doing some biting next turn, probably. Let's see. They're going to play a face-down card here, almost assuredly. They're all forests right now. Oh. Gravestone Strider, probably going to unlock their hand. Ooh, this Vengeful Creeper. I'm getting excited. I want to just eat that Gravestone Strider at one point. I don't want to use Buried in the Garden here. It just feels like a gigantic waste. Now I kind of wish I faced it down. Yeah, well, these removal spells all seem kind of bad. I mean, I suppose I can just kill the Tipster and slow them down. I feel like if they had a face-down card, they would have played it that turn. That does allow me to get in a pretty good attack. But they do have access to 2 mana here with the Gravestone Strider, so then the bite down on crime gets a lot worse. All right. I have convinced myself to play the Vengeful Creeper face down. The Gravestone Strider. It's because of the Strider. Like, if they galvanize or something, or shock my Nervous Gardener in response to a bite down on crime, blowout. Me, it's kind of funny. I drew like my 2 5-drops. What would you have done? Would you have gotten value at the Gardener, play it face down, turn 3, crack a clue turn 2? That's also totally fine. That's also totally... I went with a little more, slightly more aggressive line, and I'm not sure that it was correct. It would have been so much better to crack a clue, face down Gardener, turn 3, turn 4, face it up, get a land, and then play another face down card. And now we kind of need land number 5. All right, we drew land number 5, so that's good. So we're slamming Haas the Vigilante. We will target our Gardener and attack. I will happily trade the Gardener for Maverick plus Tipster if they choose to triple block. And we have 3 removal spells in hand. So they just cast a They Went This Way. So they're probably setting up to play something big this turn. But I'm feeling reasonably safe here with Buried in the Garden. If anything, the worst thing for them to do is just kill all my creatures. Like, I just want them to play like a 4-mana 4/4 or something. Also, they're mono green, by the way. They just cast They Went This Way and got a forest. But why do they have Gravestone Strider? Do they have like 3 Flourishing Bloomkins in their deck? I'm just... Like, I just realized they went and just got another forest. So their hand is just, what, all bite spells and... I mean, we'll see. I mean, this is not a situation to cast Bite Down. Can't really attack with Vengeful... I can't... I mean, I suppose I could. Let's just spread the love. They don't know what our face down card is. And they're kind of incentivized to kill the Vigilante. Yeah. Good. This is good. Because that could easily be a Crowd Control Warden, right? So. And I'm less concerned about sweepers because they went and fetched the forest. But if they mind gamed me, and have Swamp Wrath, more power to you. They went and got Island. Uh-oh. Okay. So one card I'm really afraid of now is Doppelgang. Okay? They have 7 mana. That's probably how we can potentially lose this game. So I am really, really incentivized here. If I don't kill them next turn, I'm really incentivized to kill the Tipster. Although I kind of just want to kill the Panther. Not gonna lie. Or I can also flip this up. Are they dead? Are they dead yet? Let's see, how do I want to do this? I mean, I think it's a pretty clear bite down on crime just because this allows us to do more damage. All right, let's cast this. Let's kill the Panther. Target the Phantom. I mean, I think they're dead. Okay. Kind of overthinking it there, but look, when you're trying to hit rank 1, you got to play tight. You got to play tight. All right, we are 4-1. We have now cracked the top 40. All right. Cracked the top 40. I'm not going to lie. When I first started this, I didn't know where I was going to end up, right? kind of before I went back into the content creation game, I didn't really play as much Magic as I used to back in the day, right? Played to test for the tournaments, of course, but that was it. This is a phenomenal hand that requires something to do early. I can get run over, but hide in plain sight is a nice comeback mechanic. We just need a plains or a cheap creature. So we need either plains or creature to play. And our opponent, when turn 2 cycle Panther, that's fantastic for us. We just drew back-to-back Forest. That is horrible for us. Play an artifact or enchantment. Oh no. Okay. Alright, well. Does this do anything? It rampant growths me, which I'm not interested in. This Gadabout's going to deal so much damage to me. Consultant? Is this a double creature turn? No, okay. Alright. Hide in plain sight! Stabilize! Stabilize us, please! Greenbelt, Radical, and Rubblebelt Maverick. Now, we can't block the Pompous Gadabout. So it's going to continue doing damage. But we can face up Vengeful Creeper next turn. Killer... Ooh! Ah! Ooh! Ah! Do I kill that thing? It gives what? +3/+3? Yeah, let's just go ahead and kill that enchantment. Now it's like, do I want to play the... Or do I just play this face up to block? No, I feel like this thing is just going to do a lot of damage to me. Do I trade those with 2 tokens? I think so. I didn't want to play the Gardener because I kind of want to get a Plains with this to play my Tristani. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I have to block. They could have on the job here. Yeah. So not dead unless they have a second combat trick. All right. So we did and we're never beating Get a Leg Up from that spot. We did everything we could to keep the board afloat, but they just went a little too wide there. And we kept a bit of a sketchy hand and we didn't get there. So I thought the Hide in Plain Sight would do it, but the Killer Among Us was able to get it done. All right, this is a great hand. Tipster here with Market Watch Phantom. I'm going to go Tipster into face down card. They could have Shock, which would make this hand a lot worse. Okay. Shock is great. I'm going to play the Phantom here. I might want to play the Greenbelt Radical here just as a 4/4. What is happening? Oh, just all the shocks? Okay. Huh. Do I want to play this as a 4/4 or a face down card? I'm going to play it as a 4/4. Just have a large body in play. What is this card? Okay. Do I bury that card? I suppose if they solve the case, then we can bury it. You know what I mean? Because they can't get value from it until they solve the case. So if they play something like a dragon next turn, we can still kill it. Oh, wow, we drew the perfect card. Vengeful Creeper here. 5, okay, 6. They got 6 lands. Can't solve it yet. Can't solve it yet. Play a face down card here. And I really hope they draw land to solve this case. Okay, the performer does a lot. Okay, so they solve their case. If you want to attack me, yeah, we're looking good. Oh, hide in plain sight as well, but we have to get rid of this. I mean, they're kind of all in on that case, so. Yeah, they're like, oh no! They wanted to get value so badly. The alternative there was to also cast Buried in the Garden and cast Hide in Plain Sight and bury the enchantment. But I figured eat the enchantment for free, still have Buried and Hide in Plain Sight for the following turn. All right, so we got 5 wins with this deck. Honestly, going in, I thought my deck was very good, so I would have set the line. It's hard to kind of set the line at above 5 for most decks, but I would have probably set the line at 5 wins with this deck. So anything you do beyond 5 is a bonus. Happy with this. Maybe the line's 5.5. We have like 4 or 5 rares. Archdruid Charm's just a good card, but obviously Tristani and Hide in Plain Sight are well above the bar. All right, we got a 2-drop on the draw. I'm going to keep this. It's not perfect. Don't necessarily have a turn 3 play. Can't necessarily play the charm. Oh, we have a better 2-drop here to play in the Market Watch Phantom, because now we can face down the Gardener and get the 3rd Forest. We're on the draw, so I think I want to play this a little bit defensively. I'm happy trading my Market Watch. If I'm on the play, I want to beat down. If I'm on the draw, I'm more reactive. So I'm happy just blocking here. And trying to play... my favorite card. My absolute favorite card. I don't think they can do Cryptic Coat shenanigans for too long, though. So I kind of want to keep developing my board. The question is, do I want to go with the Tipster here? Or do I want to play a face-down Gardener? The thing is, if I go face-down Gardener, I absolutely can't cast the Archdruid's Charm. I'm going to play the Tipster. There's more upside. If I draw a land, I can play a Haza Vigilante and try to race the coat. I can also just play a face-down Nervous Gardener and go get a land. Wow, they had nothing to play this turn. That's really interesting. I wonder if they're on the Return Cryptic Coat plan. It feels that way. So I'm going to pass. This is kind of a tempo negative play. What? They did stone nothing? Holy cow. All right, well, let's just go get a forest. We still had backup plans here. If this didn't work out, so let's go get forest. All right. I really need to just keep hitting my land drops. They are playing this game very oddly. Yeah, let's go ahead and play a face-down Gardener. Maybe they have the mana leak? Yeah, okay. This is such a bizarre game. But surveillance, monitor, and they get to exit. Okay, so this is... Okay. All right. You know what the crappy part about the Cryptic Coat is? Like, if I kill the equipment, they still have a 2/2 in play. Right? It's not like I went off. I mean, the unblockable thing is still just going to get us. So I think we're just on the... let's just kill this now and hope they don't have a removal spell here. And then just play out a normal game of Magic. Yep. Of course. These gardeners are just like so bad right now. Oh, I don't even know what I want to kill. This was just a super awkward hand, to be honest. This was just a really awkward hand. Like, we had a great hand, don't get me wrong, but Cryptic Coat made things really tough. I didn't really have a great aggressive hand, and then they had like the counter spell and then the removal spell perfectly timed for the Tristani, and these flyers are going to get me. Yeah, maybe I should have killed the flyer, but the 3/3 is also good. And they discarded Out Cold. We are so dead. Ah, man. I was really hoping for a better record with this deck, but our opponent has a really nice blue-white tempo Skies deck. And they're going to get us here. Yeah. Yep. They have lethal attack in the air. So, sadly, this is a 5-win deck. I think we could have done better. Going back to that game 2, we could have done a little better, but we cracked the top 45. We briefly got close to 40. But here's the deck. Here was the deck. We started with a Buried in the Garden over Dogwalker, and it became pretty clear that green was really, really open. We got a bunch of late gardeners and bite down on crimes. So I thought this deck was really, really strong. We had the appropriate number of early drops, right? We have 8. And that's kind of where I want to be, around 8 things to do turn 2. And that doesn't necessarily mean you have a creature. Reasonable doubt counts, shock, galvanize, extract a confession. Any way to interact with your opponent's potential 2-drops as well counts as a thing that you can do turn 2 or turn 1. So we had that appropriate number. We had a bunch of Nervous Gardeners. These are a lot better when you're splashing. They were not the greatest actually in our deck. They were just fine. But if you're not using them to get to like to fix your mana, it's not that insane, right? It's just like, it's a face down. You're paying 4 mana for a 2/2 that gets you a land, which is not the best rate necessarily, but its flexibility and the fact that you can play a turn 2 is what makes it a decent card. But I think I'm generally on this. People might disagree with me, but I think I might still generally be on Team Tipster, just because I like having that acceleration and being able to kind of break the tempo serve by being on the draw and having a Tipster. That allows me to play my bigger things earlier. But all in all, still lots of really high quality commons, right? These are all great commons to have in your deck. We have Tristani and Hide in Plain Sight as bombs. These are our bona fide bombs. But Greenbelt Radical, also great. Double Buried in the Garden, triple Bite Down on Crime, double Archdruid's Charm. So we actually had quite a bit of removal for a green-white deck. We had 7 removal spells. So this has as much removal as any other combination, right? We could be red-green, red-black, what have you. And this was able to keep up while still having really, really powerful cards. So I thought this deck was good, and went 5-3. Still pretty happy with that finish, and we got to climb a few ranks. So now we're ranked 44. Things are looking good as we continue our journey to rank 1. Now, before I sign off, once again, I want everybody to know that I did just launch my Patreon channel. So if you do enjoy this content, feel free to check out the link in the description below if you wanted to support this content. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Feel free to hit the like or subscribe button for more videos just like this. I'll catch you tomorrow.